Good morning, friends. Happy Wednesday, and here we are in the middle of Holy Week. On Wednesday, two notable things. We're following the Gospel of Matthew this year. Two notable things happened. One is that Judas Iscariot went to the chief priests and said, "What can I do for you? How can I betray Jesus?" And they paid him the 30 pieces of silver. But the other is this beautiful story of Jesus and the disciples at the home of Simon, who had a skin disease. And a woman came in with the alabaster jar and began to pour perfume on Jesus' feet. The disciples, or some of them at least, said, "Why are you letting this happen? She's wasting this perfume when this money could be sold and given to the poor," which was not a sincere statement. But Jesus' response was, "The poor you will have with you always. This is a good thing she's doing." And that has been used for centuries as an excuse. You don't need to do anything for the poor. Jesus said they'll always be there. But Jesus was actually quoting from the book of Deuteronomy. And let me just look over here at my screen. It said, "For the poor you will always have with you in the land. Therefore, I command you, you shall open wide your hand to your neighbor, to the needy, and to the poor in your land." And it's an argument for being generous. And that's exactly what the woman who brought the alabaster jar of perfume to anoint Jesus' feet was doing. She was being generous, and Jesus was praising her for that. On this Wednesday, perhaps we could think about ways in which we are able to be generous. It might be through monetary contributions. That always comes to mind first, but think about how you can be generous to the people you're locked in quarantine with. Think about the next word you say to your loved one. Think about the next thing you do for yourself. Do you really have to get the next thing done you say you have to get done? Or could you be generous to yourself and say, "This is hard and I'm grieving and I just need a little extra moment to do that"? Be generous with yourself this week and today in particular. Bye.